And so this appears to have been a state-sponsored assassination attempt after all. A new police cordon at a supermarket in Salisbury tonight. This an investigation with some unlikely locations, but a predictable suspect. After Litvinenko, it took a decade for the government to get to this point.
Order. Statement, the Prime Minister.
But now, 8 days on, Theresa May came to the Commons. In her hands, one of the most remarkable statements she's delivered as Prime Minister. And with every moment on her feet, the diplomatic tension rising.
It is now clear that Mr. Skripal and his daughter were poisoned with a military-grade nerve agent of a type developed by Russia. This is part of a group of nerve agents known as Novichok.
It's for investigators to establish who had the means, the motive, the opportunity to launch a poison attack. The Prime Minister said they'd come to a conclusion.
The government has concluded that it is highly likely that Russia was responsible for the act against Sergei and Yulia Skripal.
The attack on the former spy and his daughter also left a police officer seriously ill. The Prime Minister said if Russia was not responsible, it had somehow lost control of its nerve agent, and it has until Wednesday to explain.
Should there be no credible response, we will conclude that this action amounts to an unlawful use of force by the Russian state against the United Kingdom. And I will come back to this House and set out the full range of measures that we will take in response.
Novichok is the name for a family of nerve agents said to be the most deadly ever created. It was developed by the Soviet Union in the 1970s and 80s. It's believed to be up to 8 times more potent than the VX nerve agent and can be administered as an ultra-fine powder. When inhaled or absorbed into the skin, it causes suffocation and heart failure.
It is just possible that they've lost some of it, but if they have, I mean, that is hugely serious, and I would have thought unlikely, because the Russians would protect this stuff, because in essence, they didn't declare it, as they should have done, and Mrs May has also said the organisation of the prohibition of weapons, chemical weapons, should be called in immediately to investigate, and I think she's absolutely right.
The British government has threatened to respond to what happened here, but it must know that Russia's enthusiasm for retaliation will be greater. If this theory is correct, this was a row that Putin wanted. Rohit Katru, ITV News.